All right, before I get started, just a couple quick comments. Number one, a couple thank yous. I'd like to thank the players on our team. As I just told them there, the last 6 weeks have been just a fantastic time with them, starting in Wofford. They've worked really, really hard, and I hope everyone's proud of them. And I'm glad to see us be able to get so many guys in tonight. I want to thank the fans. Our showing at FanFest and tonight, just to brave that rain and that storm, and to see the turnout that we had here was really, really, really fantastic. So appreciate everyone that stayed till the very end, and obviously a good game. It's a lot of things that we have to work on, but it was good for us to get a whole half played really for our offensive line and for our whole defense under our belt. Sam, looks like it's so far it's an ankle, so we'll have to wait and see. I can't give any timelines or prognosis on that. Early indications are hope that we believe it does. We believe it's not a fracture, but hoping that it's an ankle sprain. But we have to wait. I didn't say that. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean like that. Let's make sure I don't get misquoted. Okay, I don't know that though. All they told me was it looks like that. But I just know last week I thought maybe it was a fracture and it wasn't. For Bozeman. So I just want to make sure I don't put anything out there. I apologize the way I said that, David. But I don't know exactly yet, so I'm waiting to find out. But it sounds like it's not a fracture, but we'll have to wait and see. And Derek Brown, oblique was tight. They said he was good to go back in. I held him, and then Sullivan, Gio with the groin. And obviously, you guys saw Zane with the groin, so we held those two guys. Sullivan at the end with a stinger. So we had a couple guys banged up. Hopefully, everyone will be healthy here soon.
This is the longest the starters got that much run in the preseason offensively. What did you see, the good and the bad from that?
Well, I thought we got some guys open. Obviously playing without Robbie and DJ only taking a couple snaps, without Christian. I thought some of those other guys did a nice job of getting open. I thought for the most part we protected. Well, I have to see the tape. A couple times Baker flashed, but when you looked up at the replay, it looked like it was good protection. But just he kind of moved and saw some things. Just disappointed with 3rd and 1, not being able to knock the ball in the end zone on a run play. 4th and 1, short yards, not being able to knock the ball in. But that's why you play these guys in these games. Because you need to have those live looks at those things and see what we need to improve on. And then I'd say defensively, not being able to stop some of those 3rd and 2s and 4th and 1s. Obviously they had a unique situation today, so they were going for it on 4th down, and that long drive. We got bailed out, but would like to stop some of those drives earlier. And the last thing, I think, tackling. We missed some tackles, and you part of training camp. You're thudding, you're butting, you're tagging off. It was good for some of our secondary guys to have some live tackle work tonight. So a lot of things that were probably really, really good, and a lot of things that we probably have to improve upon.
What did you see out of Baker tonight?
I thought Baker did a nice job of moving the football. I think the thing I like about Baker right now is just plays so steady. You can't tell after every play if it was a drop, if it was a completion. And then obviously the touchdown, played above the X's and O's, right? It wasn't there, escaped, made the play. So have to go back. I can't say anything about his footwork or all those things, but I thought he made good checks. He recognized the game that they were playing. They brought a lot of safety pressures early, played man, and got us in the right play.
Talk about Shi Smith's performance.
Yes, Shi, continues to, make plays. I think the biggest thing is, him being able to get open on 3rd downs and catch the ball with his hands. I think that's part of his skill set. So did a nice job. But that's what he's been doing all camp. We feel like he's really evolved into, hey, this guy can be in that 3-receiver set and play all the spots and get open. So I think he's a playmaker. I think he can run after the catch. And, we just have to keep growing him because I think the best is yet to come for Shi.
The Zane injury looked somewhat significant. Is
Yeah.
that your understanding too, and will you work out kickers?
I don't know anything yet, to be quite honest with you, Joe. I was standing there, and literally, we were kind of down the 4-minute range. They ran over to me, and either Heck or JJ said, "Hey, Zane just tweaked his groin kicking." So I said, "All right, obviously he's down." We were just going to go for 2, and then they said, "Hey, let's take this opportunity to get Heck an extra point." But I know nothing beyond that right now. I'm sure if he's out extended amount of time, we would obviously work out some kickers, but I don't know yet where that's at.
Potentially wait to waiver cuts.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that will happen over the next couple of days, and so, but we, it's just still so early, for me.
Clear, you said you're not sure if it's a high sprain for Sam.
Yeah, I'm not in position to say that yet. I usually wait for them to MRI it. Once they MRI it, they tell me what it is. So, I would assume so. They haven't said that to me.
On the quarterbacks and how many you keep because of that, if Sam's out for a few weeks?
Yeah, I'll have to wait and see. That's kind of why we let PJ play a little bit. Kind of just handing the ball off. We wanted him to play. We'll have to wait and see what it is. Sam's a tough kid. He comes back usually pretty quickly. So, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to, start hypothesizing, but I'd say nothing's off the table. We'll have to react. They'll get the MRI tomorrow. Sometimes they go and get something else after that. So once I know, Scott and I will sit down and we'll have some decisions to make.
Matt, on that subject, I'm sure Panther fans would want to ask, if Sam is out for a significant amount of time, would you consider signing Cam as a backup quarterback?
Scott and I would talk about that. Obviously, Cam would have to weigh in on that. There'd be a lot of things we'd have to look at. You guys know my feelings on Cam. I thought my time with him was fantastic, and but I'd have to. Probably too early right now to say much about that.
You put your not playing list that came out before the game, just how you're dealing with injuries as a whole, as they mount up.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
You took to the not playing list that came out before the game, and just how your team is dealing with the injuries as a whole that you're incurring.
The guys who didn't play. Yeah. Anybody's. Would that be Bruce? Sorry.
Yeah, it was about 10, 12 guys. Robbie Anderson, Shaq, just that list.
Yeah, I mean, we have some guys that are, some different guys with some strains and some, no one that right now we think will be out for Cleveland. Bozeman we believe will be back this week, but we have guys that, have some hamstrings and some, muscle pulls and some different things like that. So those guys are all held. Like Sam.
Type.
I'm sorry.
Cautionary type.
No, just they weren't cleared to play today. We played. I mean, we played Burns, we played DJ, we played Chim, we played everybody that was able to play. But anybody they ruled out, was out. Like I said, Sam Franklin, he's got a bruise on his foot, so he was ruled out. Julian Stanford was ruled out. So all held by the trainers.
We'll take a couple more.
Your running backs, Chris McCaffrey hasn't played, so you had the chance to get an extended look at your running backs. Can you talk about the play of those guys?
Yeah. I thought Chuba. We didn't have a great run game in the first half. We've got to, and I have to watch the tape to see, what exactly it is. I thought we found a couple things a little bit later. Obviously some balls, some tough catches, but some balls that I'm sure Chuba would like to have back. I thought Deontay made a great catch on the goal line. That's one of the things Deontay's been really working hard to prove. Hey, I can catch the ball out of the backfield. I'm not just a power back. But I think overall, in general, I'd have to watch the tape to really see kind of what's going on with the run game. From the field level on the 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, it looked like they got penetration and some surge. They brought a lot of pressure. It's kind of who they are. They do a great job on defense. Coach McDermott does a great job, so you have to kind of throw a little bit more. But I think the backs they've both been solid. Both those guys have been solid, and Lovett's been an excellent special teams player, running who does a nice job of running the football when he's in there. And Christian has had a great camp.
Seeing Baker play his most extensive action of the preseason, do you kind of roll into week one now feeling pretty good about the things he was able to do tonight?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think the biggest thing is, we've you guys, I guess he's played 2 preseason games. He's protected the ball, kept the ball out of harm's way. At the same time, not afraid to make aggressive throws. The ball, the corner out he threw to Chuba was an aggressive throw. The play he made us shy was outside the X's and O's. So I think, we have a good feel for it. At the same time, he's really he's just getting started in this offense. He's just getting started. Hey, what can I do? And so that's what excites me is I think he has a lot of room to grow. And I think we have a lot more weapons. I think the guys tonight did a great job, but anxious to see him really develop that chemistry with Robbie and DJ and Christian, get Ian back. But I'm excited about what Baker's done. And like I said, I think the biggest thing about him is you hear kind of everyone's like this fiery. He's fiery. Like I said, after the fact, he's very in the moment, and that's what I want. I want a guy that's in the moment, locked into the football, and that's who Baker is.
Matt, it looked like you
the last one.
It looked like you played that first group of offensive linemen past Baker's 4 drives. What was the plan with that group coming into tonight?
Yeah, I would have normally pulled them in that last drive and put Sam in, but I thought it was really important for those guys to have to protect in a 2-minute situation. That last drive took so long on defense, so we were kind of like, hey, we're going with Sam next, and so kind of the part of the preseason, you hate telling a guy he's down and then he's going back in. So we wanted to get Sam in, and those guys, we hadn't told them yet that they weren't out. So they've gotten a lot of work, and we have a lot of things that we want to work on together with those guys. I thought they responded from the 4th and 1 and all that, which was important. But just kind of, hey, want to give Sam a good look with those guys, and I was pleased with the second offensive line. For the most part, we gave up that 1 sack, but some of the guys, Cam Irving, I think has had a really good camp for us.